To many people, myself included, getting into bed at the end of the day is the most wonderful experience imaginable. You get to shrug off the stress of the day and close your eyes, and before you know it, you're off to dreamland. And then you're falling out of an airplane, being hunted by an axe murderer, or in my case, being chased by an enormous bee. Whether you remember it or not, everybody dreams. Sometimes dreams are very pleasant, and sometimes they're downright terrifying. Dreams are an integral part of most people's nightly life. But where do they come from? To better understand dreams, we first have to look at why we sleep in the first place. When you sleep, you fall into an anabolic state, in which your body builds up the immune, nervous, skeletal, and muscular systems. And as any student will tell you, bad things start to happen when you don't get enough sleep. This condition, known as sleep deprivation, can lead to problems such as fatigue, sleepiness, clumsiness, and weight loss or weight gain depending on the individual. After a certain amount of time without sleep, you simply can't function. According to sleep experts, getting between roughly 7 and 9 hours of sleep per night is ideal. That gives your body enough time to essentially run a systems check and release hormones that help maintain your immune system and retain memory. But what happens during those 8 hours of unconsciousness? What's the brain doing that gives us those vivid, often bizarre dreams? Once your head hits the pillow and you drift off, your unconscious body takes over and sleep proceeds in cycles, NREM to REM, about 4 or 5 times per night. There are 3 different stages of NREM: NREM 1, or light sleep, NREM 2, and NREM 3, or slow wave sleep. These periods usually proceed in the order N1, N2, N3, N2, REM sleep. It is during these periods of REM sleep that our most memorable and vivid dreams occur. REM stands for rapid eye movement, and during this stage, your eyes are doing just that. They dart around under your eyelids like little pinballs. Other characteristics of REM sleep include paralysis, in which signals are sent to the spinal cord commanding it to shut off movement, stimulation in the regions of the brain that are used for learning, and signals being sent to the brain's cerebral cortex, the region responsible for learning, thinking, and organizing information. In the last third or so of the night, the boogeyman shows up. This is when the effects of REM sleep are the strongest. Nightmares are probably the third worst thing in a child's life, after Brussels sprouts and homework. I say children because youth are afflicted with nightmares at a higher rate than adults, at 10 to 50% versus 2 to 8%. The portion of the brain known as the amygdala is likely responsible for those unpleasant visions, as neuroimaging studies have shown it to be highly active during REM sleep, as well as during the day when a person is dealing with negative emotions. When you're awake, you can think logically and dismiss these negative thoughts, but when your body is unconscious along with parts of your brain, you become trapped in your own mind, and this leads to nightmares. Other factors that influence nightmare frequency and severity are past trauma, insecurity, and important life changes. These negative emotions often manifest themselves as symbols or metaphors in our dreams. The end of a relationship could show up as an axe murderer, symbolizing a chapter of life brought forcefully to a close. Though they may seem like a completely different beast, nightmares are still classified as dreams. During REM sleep is when you'll experience talking animals, flying, and all your other usual dreams. But why does it happen? Well, frankly, scientists have yet to fully understand why we dream. Of the signals sent to the cerebral cortex during REM sleep, some of them seem to be random. Scientists believe that these random signals are the bedrock of dreaming, as the brain may be trying to interpret or find meaning in these signals, resulting in dreaming. Dreams also tend to mimic recent experiences. For example, if the previous day I were learning to drive, the brain is likely to recall those electrical impulses and replay them. Then, since you don't actually see anything when you're asleep, in order to make sense of the impulses, the brain conjures up memories from random days and events, which explains the strangeness we experience in many dreams. One likely cause for dreams is that during REM sleep, your brain is acting as though it's wide awake, even though your body is unconscious. The full responsibility of generating images and feelings therefore falls to the brain, and without the aid of a conscious body, the conclusions it draws can be very vague or bizarre. As of right now, researchers can't directly access dreams. This means that studying them is more difficult than most other subjects, and often requires less precise methods such as provoking subjects to wake up suddenly during their sleep to record their experiences. However, there is a group working on a machine learning-based analysis of dreams. Here's how it works. Participants are hooked up to an electroencephalography machine, or EEG, and then fall asleep inside an fMRI machine. The subjects are then woken up as soon as an electroencephalogram signature is detected, on average roughly 342 seconds after falling asleep. The subject is then asked to describe their visual experiences before awakening. This procedure is repeated to attain at least 200 awakenings with a visual report for each participant. From the collected reports, the words subjects use to describe their dreams are mapped into WordNet, a lexical database in which similar words are grouped into what are called synsets, in a hierarchical structure. The researchers then gather images corresponding with those words to train their learning algorithm. This algorithm is so advanced, it's able to utilize the fMRI data to essentially recreate dreams in video form using the input training images. One interesting thing to note about this particular study is that it questions the idea that REM sleep is when most dreaming occurs. Researchers found that dreams can and do occur in sleep stages 1 and 2, which allowed them to save time by waking up their subjects much earlier into their sleep cycles. Though this learning algorithm is far from perfect and does take a large, individualized time commitment, it does bode well for the future of dream science. Maybe someday we'll even get to record our dreams and play them back whenever we want. Though I don't know how often I'll want to watch myself being chased by a giant bee. As always, this video was intended to spark your curiosity in the subject. If you're interested in learning more about dreams, check out the links in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel to help me keep putting out interesting content. Feel free to leave a like or a dislike as you please, and comment down below to share some of your crazy dreams. You can watch my previous video by clicking here, or watch them all by clicking here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.